5th Folklorama Festival is holding its kickoff party tomorrow at the Forks, as the event is set to launch for yet another year. It's a free event with family fun and entertainment, with a marketplace, kids activities, and a concert starting at 4 o'clock and wrapping up at 11 o'clock with fireworks. The festival itself starts August 3rd and runs until the 16th and will include 43 pavilions, including the new UK and Andean pavilions.
It truly is a benefit for us overall to have so many different cultures and so many different peoples from around the world making Manitoba their home, making Canada their home.
The province is also proclaimed August 3rd to 16th as the Folklorama Weeks in Manitoba. Folklorama usually attracts about 400,000 pavilion visits every year.
Still time to take in the Fringe Festival. It wraps up this weekend. Go to our website for all the details. But with it ending, the next big Winnipeg festival is getting ready to start. Folklorama kicks off Sunday, August 3rd. For 2 weeks, you will be able to tour the world without leaving the city. 43 pavilions are taking part this year, including 2 that are returning after not participating last year.
We're also really thrilled this year to be able to welcome back 2 pavilions that haven't been with us last year. The Argentina Tango Pavilion is back this year, and also the Chinese Pavilion is rejoining us after having been away for a couple years. So we're thrilled that they're back.
2 new groups will also be represented this year, the United Kingdom and a region in Chile that will be called the Andean Pavilion. Folklorama, again, August 3rd it begins. It runs until August 16th.
Hereby proclaim August 3rd to the 16th, 2014 as Folklorama Weeks in Manitoba, and do encourage all Manitobans and visitors to participate actively in the celebration of Manitoba's cultural variety. Henrietta, if I can present this to you.
Folklorama is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year, once again featuring our cultural diversity. 43 pavilions will take part in the 2-week event, August 3rd to the 16th. How will you Folklorama? Go to folklorama.ca to make your plans.
Mabuhay! Welcome to the Pearl of the Orient Philippine Pavilion.
Welcome to the Slovenian Pavilion. We're located at 720 Elverstone. We have the food, the entertainment, and anything you want, so please come and join us.
Well, the Winnipeg Festival, known for showing off and sharing cultures from around the world, kicked off today. Sample pavilions have been set up to show off what's to come at the 45th annual Folklorama. This year it runs from August 3rd to August 16th.
Amazing performances where you get to see from amazing taiko drummers in Japanese and amazing dancers at the African Pavilion and great food at the Greek Pavilion.
Folklorama is the world's largest and longest running multicultural festival of its kind. The formal show for the kickoff starts at 7 tonight, and at the Scotiabank stage, fireworks are also planned for 10:50.
All right, well, Michelle, it's your chance to take a tour around the world without a passport or even packing your bags. The 45th edition of Folklorama is right around the corner. The festival put on a little teaser this morning with some of the entertainment and food you can expect this year. There are 43 pavilions, including 2 brand new ones, the United Kingdom and the Andean pavilions. Now that one showcases the cultures of the Andes mountain range in South America. Folklorama runs from August 3rd to the 16th. And a new poll shows just how much Winnipeggers love their summer festivals. 43% plan to attend Folklorama this year. 25% attended or planned to attend the Fringe. 15% grooved at Jazz Fest. And the Red River X drew 15%. And 13% got their folk on at Birds Hill Park.
Folklorama brings cultures from around the world closer together in Winnipeg. This year, the festival is celebrating its 45th anniversary. CTV's Beth McDonnell joins us now from where the festivities will kick off at the Forks. Beth, how did Folklorama get started?
45 years ago, a group of people noticed how many ethnic groups were coming to the city, and they thought it would be a good idea to get to know each other better, and that's how Folklorama started. Basking in the colors and music to celebrate Folklorama's 45th anniversary, 89-year-old Mary Kalekis likes her front row view.
It's unbelievable. We never thought it would last as long as 45 years.
Kalekis' family came to Canada from Greece in 1914. She worked in and then ran her family's restaurant for 70 years. The idea of Folklorama, she says, born out of a group of people who noticed the large number of ethnic communities making Winnipeg their new home.
We should turn around and do something about getting to know each other better and then know what their food is like, what their dances is like, how they live and everything else.
45 years later, young people are impressed with Kalekis' and her friends' vision to create the cultural celebration.
I'm very proud about that. The Greek Pavilion, as well as the entire Folklorama, is very proud of how much she's done for this city.
Kalekis says Folklorama has stayed popular because Winnipeggers appreciate other cultures and love to learn.
We're no different than each other. We only have our different ways.
Different ways that have made Folklorama the longest running and largest multicultural festival of its kind in the world. Different ways that continue to feed our curiosity.
The women in the fall used to pick the grapes and make wine, and then somehow that turned into the bottled lands.
This year, the United Kingdom joins in to celebrate the cultures of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales.
The sign of the Incas.
The first Andes Pavilion will also rise up, showcasing Peru, Bolivia, and Paraguay. Kalekis says she never tires of the people and the diversity of the festival.
I've enjoyed it so much that next thing I know, we were really rolling along. Now we're in our 45th year. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Kalekis says she loves people and doesn't want to miss a minute of Folklorama. She told me she used to do Greek dancing and used to do very well at it also.
Hopefully she gets a chance to do some this year. All right, Beth, what was Folklorama like 45 years ago?
In 1970, there were 21 pavilions, so about half of what we have. And there were 5 pavilions that were there back in 1970 that remain today. And those are the German, Filipino, Scandinavian, Ukrainian, and the Greek pavilion. Now, this year there are 43 pavilions, and the festival kicks off between August 3rd and August 16th.
Thanks for this, Beth. CTV's Beth McDonnell reporting tonight.
Est à nos portes, ce qui veut également dire que le festival Folklorama approche à grands pas. Le coup d'envoi du festival a été donné cet après-midi à la fourche. Évidemment, la musique du monde, les costumes traditionnels et les activités pour les tout-petits étaient au rendez-vous. Le lancement du festival avait lieu devant le Musée canadien pour les droits de la personne sur la scène Scotiabank. La première semaine du festival débute officiellement dimanche prochain, le 3 août.
Schedule. The sights, sounds, and tastes of Folklorama just around the corner. Earlier this week, the province declared August 3rd to 16th as the official Folklorama Weeks in Manitoba. Single admission tickets are only $6 at the door, and children 12 and under are free.
We are very excited to launch this year's festival and can't wait for our 43 pavilions to throw open their doors and invite you to consider how will you Folklorama.
Folklorama is officially underway in Winnipeg. Brazilian music and tasty food are being offered at the Brazilian Pavilion. This afternoon, a long line of people stood out in the sun waiting to go inside. It was the first pavilion to put on their show this year. Dancing, colorful costumes, and delicious food all help recreate a South American atmosphere.
We're definitely looking forward to having people come out to our pavilion to try our food, to try our drinks. We have 2 new beers this year, Zingu and Sul Americana, and we also have the Caipirinhas as well, and then we also have a very lively, entertaining show for you as well.
The pavilion has brought together Brazilian dancers from Winnipeg, Toronto, and Rio de Janeiro. People visiting say it just made sense to try the Brazilian Pavilion first.
It was the first one on the list,
Just
and we figured go
World
first.
Cup, and it looks like a fun place.
Yeah.
Also taking part in week 1, the Ukrainian pavilion, which is where the party was this evening.
Honestly, my wife loves the culture side of things. I like the food side of things. So we kind of put those things together and pick our pavilions accordingly.
The Ukraine Kiev exhibit says you always leave their pavilion full, but there's more than just food to keep people coming back.
We have a different show every night. Our community is so large that we offer different groups, different musical groups every night. So if you come on Monday, you're going to see different performers than what you see on Friday.
This year is the 45th annual Folklorama Festival, the largest and longest running multicultural festival of its kind in the world. Week 1 features 19 pavilions.
Well, today kicks off 2 weeks of travel around the world without ever leaving our city. Folklorama opens today, where pavilions featuring countries around the globe are ready for visitors. Each year, Folklorama draws in crowds of about 400,000 people. Earlier today, several locations were setting up for the big opening, including the Brazilian Pavilion, where about 19,000 people visit over the course of 1 week.
We put so much work into it. We work on it all year long, and it makes us all feel so happy. And having it full of people and crowded feels even more like Brazil, so we love it.
Well, it is that time of year again when Winnipeg's multicultural colors shine bright for 2 weeks. The 45th year of Folklorama is now underway. This is the bright Brazilian Pavilion on Uville Street. This venue is one of 19 pavilions open for the first week. Here people can check out a high-energy samba performance and martial arts. Meanwhile, on Provencher Boulevard, this is where you'll find the French-Canadian Pavilion. Here you can take in a comedic performance, Métis dance, and music and dance productions. In all, there are 43 pavilions you can visit over the next 2 weeks. Folklorama runs until August 16th. We'll stay with
Nobody snaps their fingers and opens the door and a pavilion is there. These communities are preparing year-round.
If you look around, things are pretty well in place. So here we're just waiting for a display that's coming in from Dauphin.
We caught up with Ukraine Kiev as they put the finishing touches on their pavilion. Just one of 43 different venues open over the next 2 weeks.
The Ukrainians have been there for the past 45 years. We are one of the 5 original pavilions. Our ladies from our church organizations made all the food. Today, we have to hire a caterer because it's just impossible. 20,000 pierogies a week. It's a lot of pinching.
For their part, Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries has also been hard at work.
You're looking at 20-some pallets of product only for Folklorama and the pavilions. So it's a lot.
They've brought in items not usually found on the shelves, with 68 different brands of wine, liquor, and beer, specifically for the festival.
It can be very challenging. We put out the call for special orders 6 months in advance, typically. Some products we have to source directly from the wineries and whatnot, which can be as far away as Hungary and Europe.
Winnipeg's Folklorama is the biggest in the world, serving over 600,000 meals and pouring over 1 million drinks. And to pull it off, it takes some serious legwork.
There are about 20,000 volunteers a year. I know myself, when I first started with the organization, I thought that was a really large number, and was that a real number? But actually digging into the reports and the information that we do get from the different pavilions, it's actually a conservative estimate.
Back at the Ukraine Pavilion, they have over 500 volunteers alone, including Terry Babick, who's been part of the pavilion since the beginning.
45 years later, here we are. I no longer dance, and my children do. We've had many exciting times at this pavilion. We've had proposals that occurred on stage. We've had the Prime Minister here, and we've sometimes dealt with our own volunteers when they've suffered a loss during the week of a family member and yet came out to still support the pavilion. So there's a real passion that occurs, and the growth continues.
And that passion exists right across the city, with a recent poll by the Prairie Research Associates showing 43%, or nearly half of the city, expects to take in Folklorama over the next 2 weeks.
To have that opportunity to celebrate one another and share in all of those wonderful aspects of the many cultures that make up the population of our city and province.
You have the food and the wines, or beers or cocktails or whatever they might be, matched with authentic cuisine is a magic moment. It's pretty awesome.
It's Folklorama week and it's time to celebrate.
For Breakfast Television, I'm Natalie Geddes.
It's an annual festival offering sights and sounds from around the globe to Winnipeggers. Folklorama is officially underway with events kicking off Sunday. Visitors are entertained with several shows and can purchase food and beverages from around the world. With 43 pavilions to choose from, there's an option sure to please everyone. The Brazilian Pavilion hosted 5 shows tonight.
We love having lots of people. It definitely gives us more energy on the stage, and it gives us more energy, just everybody, all the volunteers and everything. Yeah, it just makes the night so much better.
The Folklorama fun continued at day 2 of the festival. Tonight, the crowds flock to the Chilean Pavilion. This year, Folklorama celebrates its 45th anniversary, the largest and longest-running multicultural festival of its kind in the world. At the Chilean Pavilion, handcrafted wood carvings, wine, and of course, authentic Chilean cuisine were all on hand.
The food's the best. Like if you try the empanadas, the cheese ones, the beef ones, they're excellent. The show's good too. It's great to see the little ones dance. My daughter's 8 years old and she's dancing. My 11-year-old son's dancing.
Carlos Perea says he's happy to have his kids involved in the festivities because it lets them experience their Chilean heritage right here in Canada. We're checking with Karen now. You're at the Ukrainian Pavilion for Folklorama. Already tasting some delicious things. It looks like you look the part. What's next?
Well, we're here in the store that they have, sort of a pop-up store at Garden City Collegiate for the pavilion, and I've got my traditional V-knock. That's the headband that you see. I love this look. I grew up in a Ukrainian household, but I never did the dancing. Big regret of mine. So they've decked me out. I think my Ukrainian Baba would be so proud right now if she was around. So, but even if you're not Ukrainian, come on over to the Ukraine Pavilion, and you can sample some great food, but you can also sample a lot of things that they have in the store. So you can buy the V-knock, as you can see. You can brush up on your Ukrainian, which I think I need to do. So much to, oh, of course, the boots. I love the boots. But there's so much to see and do here. So yeah, you mentioned the food, but we're going to have Ukrainian dancing. We're going to have a Ukrainian band, live music, so much to see. Pavilion kicks off at 6:45 tonight, and I will be here emceeing, so you don't want to miss that. And I'll have more details about that coming up a little bit later in the show.
You know, Karen, you never cease to amaze me. No matter where you are, a pair of boots can always catch your eye. This is insane. Your Ukrainian Pavilion, so much to see, and you focus on the boots. We'll talk to you in about 17 minutes.
You know,
also great because Folklorama's underway. Karen's at the Ukrainian Pavilion. We're going to talk a little music now, I got a feeling. I saw the accordion being broken out there.
That's right. Get your polka shoes on because we are going to hear a little bit of music from Ukraine. Yes, so we're at the, I'm going to say it wrong. It's not Kiev, it's
Kyiv.
Kyiv. But I've got 2 ambassadors with me. I've got the adult ambassador and the youth ambassador, and I can't really tell which one is which. But Brianne Scrobuk, you are actually the adult ambassador, right?
Yes.
But you could be the youth ambassador.
Well, I would hope.
And is it Oresia? Oresia Karpa.
Yes.
And you are the youth ambassador. So first of all, what's the role of the ambassadors here at the pavilion?
The role of the ambassador at the pavilion is basically to be the face of the pavilion for the 2-week festival itself. We are both here this week representing our pavilion, and next week we'll be traveling around visiting other pavilions representing the Ukraine Kyiv Pavilion. But we also represent Folklorama as a whole as we do the events leading up to the pavilion itself, including the Folklorama kickoff, which was last weekend.
Fun stuff. And Oresia, what can you tell me about, what people can expect to see here, the taste of Ukraine, and what can they experience?
Well, when you come watch our shows, you can experience some Ukrainian traditional dancing. You can also see some music and bands, such as the one that is standing behind us, and just some various singers and performers.
Excellent. And performers, there's so much variety here, right? Like you don't really get the same show, even if you come, at different times, even on the same day, right?
That's right. We have a very large Ukrainian community, and we're very, very proud of all of our talent. And so to showcase all of our talent, we have to have a different show every night. And like you said, different shows between 6:45 and the 9:45 show. So we definitely encourage everybody to attend more than just one show.
And there's so much to take in. Okay, so we're going to hear a little bit from the band called Sich, which I believe is Fortress. Dziękuję, ladies. Is that good? All right. I'm getting there. I'm going to talk to Greg Udall, who's the adult ambassador. What are we going to hear from you guys?
We're going to play a song that has become a pavilion favorite over the last few years called Cave Pavilion. It just has the spirit of Folklorama, and I think probably every pavilion out of the 43 pavilions could adopt this song and change it around, but we happened to sing it because and make it because it was one of our favorite pavilions, of course.
Okay,
the Cave.
I'm going to let you guys take it away, okay? Go ahead.
And we look forward to that, Jesse. Now, Folklorama is underway. The best part of that is it can transform you and take you to another country.
Yeah, right here in
Winnipeg. And today we're talking about Ukraine. Karen, what's up?
That's right. I am being transported to Ukraine, and I've got two performers here that are going to help people do that for the course of the week here at Folklorama. I've got Greg Udall, who's the adult ambassador, also member of the band Sich that we just heard, and I've got Paul Doronyuk. How's that?
Yes, that's perfect. That was perfect.
So you're a dancer with Verba, who's also going to be performing. So Greg, first of all, we'll talk about your band. When can we see you and actually hear some of the music?
We played yesterday at the Pavilion. Our music's played and featured during the week between shows. And there are wonderful Ukrainian bands all week playing in the marketplace. You can come and enjoy as many polkas as you want, work off some of our delicious Ukrainian food. And there's a late night Zabava Saturday night, 11:30. Goes till pretty late, so come on down and enjoy polkas and waltzes.
A late night Zabava?
Zabava.
Zabava. What's that?
Zabava is Ukrainian for party, and that's what we love to do here at the Ukrainian Pavilion and as Ukrainians in general.
Excellent. And Paul, how long have you been dancing for?
I've been dancing for about 24 years. I started ever since I was 4 years old, and been doing it ever since.
You were warming up a little bit before we went live. You can kick really high. That's all I'm going to say.
It takes, over the years, you stretch out your body, and your body gets used to it, and you condition your body. So it's very important to take care of your body, especially in Ukrainian dancing, or else you're going to be in the surgery room.
All right, we'll let you take it away, and you're going to give us a little bit of a sample of what we can see here at Ukraine Pavilion. Thank you.
Дуба, дівчина моя люба, я до тебе не прийду, я на вогнем набру.
What better way to start?
In Ukraine this morning at the Folklorama Pavilion, and you've been there so long you've grown some facial hair.
I know. You come to the Ukraine Pavilion and you end up with a mustache. There is a good reason why I have this. And hold on. Oh. Probably should have one of these too. So yes, we're here at the Kiev Pavilion, and I've got two of the youth ambassadors. I've got Brianne Skrobrak, and I've got Orisia Karpa. Why are we wearing mustaches?
We're wearing mustaches this morning because we are celebrating the 200th anniversary of the birth of Taras Shevchenko. He's a famous Ukrainian poet and artist, and he really rocked a rockin' stash.
Oh, he did. He did. So this is the kids' corner. I'm going to take this off because it's a little bit hard to talk. So Orisia, why are we, wearing the mustaches? What do we do with them?
So with the mustaches, we can take really cool photos in our photo booth over here. And you can send your photos to your family and friends and share them with others. And actually right behind us are some murals that have been painted by the kids of the English-Ukrainian bilingual program. And they kind of represent Taras Shevchenko and his artwork and his poetry.
Excellent, very influential. So 200 anniversary of his birth. So really amazing. So that's really the theme of the pavilion, isn't it?
It is the theme of the pavilion, and if you visit our pavilion, you'll see all about his life and his works at our display area, which is just over here.
Excellent. So what other things can people do and see and taste and experience here?
Well, definitely, as we mentioned, there's the kids' corner for kids. Of course, the delicious food. It's always something that you want to enjoy while you pop by Kiev, Ukraine. In addition to the fantastic entertainment we saw a little bit earlier, a little taste of it. And as we mentioned, we have shows at 6:45, 8:15, and 9:45 nightly. We also have a show at 5 p.m. on Saturday. And if you come for the 9:45 show, you can stay late and dance the night away to the sounds of one of our fantastic bands and stay for our Zabava or party.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies. So much to see and do here. And I will be emceeing the pavilion tonight, so you don't want to miss that. Come early, line up outside. It's always a great show. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
That will be great entertainment. Put that stash back on, Karen. You can't talk with that on. I've talked with way more hair on my upper lip than that. Come on. We'll talk to you in a half an hour. Let's check in with Karen. No leather in Ukraine's pavilion. It's all about colors. Tell us about it.
That's right. I am decked out in Vinok. Is that how you say it? Vinok. I'm getting some nods, okay. And beautiful Ukrainian brass. And, of course, all this amazing food. So I am here at Kiev, the Kiev Ukraine Pavilion. And I'm joined here by Mariana Sklepovich. And I've got Jeff Kozak. And I've got two ambassadors, Brianne and Orisia. Close enough. I don't know if I did that right. And we're going to be talking about all the things you can see, do, taste, experience. Of course, we got some food here, but this doesn't happen all by itself, does it, Marianne?
No, it doesn't. The pavilion would not be possible without the hundreds of volunteers that make it happen. On a yearly basis, we have about 500 volunteers that show up to volunteer at our pavilion, and about 200 of them show up nightly to help make all of this possible. We also have over 100 performers that perform at the pavilion each night.
Yeah. Amazing. And of course, we have some food. I recognize, of course, pierogis, or the Ukrainian word.
Vareniki.
Varenika, holopchi, kubasa, pickle, borscht, lovely sweets, and of course some beers. So Jeff, you're going to tell me a little bit about the beer that we have here from Ukraine.
Absolutely. The one here you can see is called Slavutich in the blue, the can there. And our other beer that we offer is called Lvivsky. They're both excellent, and I encourage you to try them.
What would they be similar to if somebody's never experienced it?
Well, it's got a bit of a European flavor, so you might, it's similar maybe to like a Heineken or a Stella or something along those lines.
Okay, and we've got some nice girly drinks here. That's right. That's what I call them. So this is, you called it Ukrainian Cosmo.
Yeah, this is one of our specialty drinks. It's called the Kalena Malena. It's made with cranberry juice, 7-Up, and vodka. We also have what's called a Hutzel Hammer, and it's made with Sambuca, vodka, and orange juice. Both are delicious, and yeah, this is what we call our Ukrainian Cosmo.
All right, now we're gonna have the band behind us. This is Sich, who's gonna play us out, and we're just gonna give a cheers, all right? So everyone, 1, 2, 3.
Budwa!
All right, take it away.
Folklorama is celebrating a milestone, 45 years and still going strong.
In this week's Community Connection, it's a festive walk down memory lane for some Manitoba politicians.
Practice makes perfect at the Government House. That's where this group of Folklorama performers is putting the final touch on this year's Chinese Pavilion Act. It's not the first time the event's performers have cut a rug with Manitoba's Lieutenant Governor.
I happened to change my carpet in the house, so I donated my carpet about the size of half of this room. And the dancers perform on the street using my carpet.
The Honorable Philip Lee helped build the annual festival from the area rug up. Now celebrating its 45th anniversary, the event has now been woven into a 43 pavilion tapestry.
It started out during the centennial year of Manitoba in 1970, and all the ethnic communities were invited to participate in the form of like flea markets and so on. And it was very popular because for the first time when we saw something like that in Manitoba. So right after the event, then they decided that why don't we coordinate the event again with all these ethnic groups participating as separate pavilions rather than all on the same street.
His Honor was one of the first coordinators helping to bring the Chinese culture to Winnipeg audiences. A family affair, his wife Anita was happy to contribute through her restaurant.
I love Folklorama, and then because I love volunteering, it's Folklorama time, and then we're so excited because I'm in restaurant business, so I'm very busy to coordinate, to prepare the food. I ask my restaurant people to go and help, and then my whole family involved because we can spend the time with the family.
Food is one of the big draws of the festival, and one of Councillor Mike Pactican's favorite things to take in.
I remember one time back in 2004, I saw 27 pavilions. I don't think I ever want to do that again because I gained, I think, 8 pounds at the end of the 2 weeks. So.
Not a problem. Among many other roles he's held at the festival throughout the years, this city councillor was once the Folklorama Llama, which, as it turns out, was quite the workout.
It literally weighed like 30 pounds, just the head. Plus you had to put this huge suit on, which was another 25 pounds. And so at the end of like 2 hours, you'd basically be drenched in sweat.
To add to his repertoire, he's also been a distribution worker, coordinator, tour driver, performer, and most notably, ambassador, a role that allowed him to form strong relationships within numerous communities and even create lifelong bonds.
So I have a lot of good friends, but you know, my best friend is my wife, and we met at Folklorama, I remember, back in the day in 1994, and it was just great, and kind of fell in love. And there's so many stories like that with Folklorama. So many people come together, and they make friendships for a lifetime.
Best of all, families get to take a summer vacation tour of the world right in their own backyard.
This is an opportunity for us to have some quality time of all family members participating. So I encourage my daughters to take part in the dance performance and so on. So every night the whole family was at the pavilion until it closes.
We are very happy. So we never go holiday in the summertime, but we enjoy it.
If you'd like more information about Folklorama, you can visit our website for a link. And if you know of a volunteer or group we should feature in Community Connection, email us at morningnews@ctv.ca.
Welcome to the Chinese Pavilion.
Our last one was in 2008, and we're glad to be back after 7 years with a new kitchen renovation.
So over here we have a very exciting game of Mahjong. If you have not played it before, it is a very famous and popular game in China.
I have my name in Chinese, and they just did it for me in calligraphy. And the guy was saying that that it take years and years just to memorize the symbols.
On a beautiful evening, this venue actually spills out onto this outdoor courtyard. It's one of only 4 pavilions this week to have an outdoor patio.
Bem-vindo a Portugal. Welcome to the Casaminho Portuguese Pavilion.
We sell them about 150 sardines, probably more, I'm not for sure, and it's good meat.
We do have an outdoor tent, and it's also serving beverages, and we also have live music in that tent as well. Oh, what are we making here? These are called swingers. They're like puff pastry. Usually, traditionally, it's a lot of seafood. Our country is on the border with Spain, and also it's pretty much surrounded with the Atlantic. So a lot of fish, a lot of seafood, and it's pretty much a staple in the Portuguese diet.
What's the highlight? All of it. It's really, really good. I'm very excited for the show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I believe this pavilion has been running for approximately 40 years. I've been participating since I was 3, so I'm dating myself. So it's been along for the long ride.
Those little kids are so cute.
All right, time to check in with our weather specialist, Colleen Brady. As we kick off Folklorama, lots of sunshine for those folks heading out tonight, Colleen.
Oh, a great night to go check out the world, and this is our first night for our world tour for the next couple of weeks. Our first stop tonight takes us to the South Sudanese Pavilion. We are at 129 Dagmar, that's right on the corner with William Avenue, right downtown. Great location, nice cozy venue. Folks are just starting to come in ahead of the 6:45 show, so we'll give you a flavor of the pavilion and the performance a little later on this hour, and we'll be speaking with someone from the pavilion a little bit more about the pavilion and the South Sudanese culture. Now, right now, we do actually have some severe... And I'm live at the South Sudanese Pavilion at 129 Dagmar at the corner of William Avenue for our first stop on our world tour over the course of the next couple of weeks of Folklorama. Let's take a look right now at tonight's almanac.
Colleen Brady enjoying Folklorama tonight as we kick off our trip around the world, and a beautiful, beautiful night tonight.
Couldn't ask for a nicer night to do that, Gord. I'm at the South Sudanese Pavilion at the South Sudanese Cultural and Resource Center. That's at 129 Dagmar at the corner of William Avenue. And Gord, one thing the pavilion organizers say is to make sure that you come hungry. We'll find out a bit more about that a little later on, as well as lots of other things going on here at the pavilion. They're getting ready for their performance that will be starting at 6:45. We'll get a bit of a taste of that too, hopefully a little later on in the show. But I want to talk quickly.
Let's check back in with Colleen now.
On in.
Our first night for Folklorama. You're chatting with a gentleman there. Go ahead, Colleen.
Daniel Swaka, you are pavilion coordinator. Did I say that correctly? Okay, that's good. All right, now very involved with the pavilion. It's the South Sudanese Pavilion. We are at 129 Dagmar at William Avenue. Now, you were telling me a little earlier, there's all kinds of different dancing that people can come out to see tonight and over the course of the week.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, you know, South Sudan is a multicultural country, and we have around 66 tribes. Okay. So when I say we have such a diverse group, like if we have to showcase all the 66 ethnic group today, I think it will take us a month or so.
Oh my goodness.
But for tonight, we're just going to be presenting a glimpse of the 66 ethnic group.
Just a glimpse, but you also are telling people to make sure to come to the pavilion hungry.
Absolutely. You know, if you haven't yet made your way to South Sudanese Pavilion, please try your best, because there's just plenty of South Sudanese cuisine, and I will encourage everyone to come hungry. Yes. because there's a plenty of food. We have mula bamia, we have, mula, samosa, tamia, basta, just a lot. Come hungry. Bring the whole family. Bring the whole family for a dinner at South Sudanese Pavilion.
Oh, you got it. You're making me hungry just talking about it. Daniel, thanks very much.
No problem.
All right, good luck this week. Let's take a look right now at the satellite radar. It is a beautiful night to come out to Folklorama. And the 6:45 performance just getting underway here at the South Sudanese Pavilion at 129 Dagmar Street. But with Spotlight, a 2014 Juno host, stopping back to Winnipeg. The Ukraine Kiev one of 18 other exciting pavilions to visit in week 1 at Folklorama. Enjoy the always popular dancing, cultural, culinary favorites, and even celebrate Ukrainian poet Taras Shevchenko's 200th birthday, all at Garden City Collegiate at 711 Jefferson Avenue. Easy enough to remember? The latest Marvel Studios superhero movie had the largest opening of all time for an August release.
Celebrate 45 years of Folklorama. Buy single tickets at the door or save with the Vicar Automotive Fun Pack. Children under 12 are free. Can't decide which pavilion to visit? Go to folklorama.ca and plan your experience. Folklorama, August 3rd to 16th.
Vous êtes parenté avec qui, vous? Pour le savoir, rendez-vous au pavillon canadien-français de Folklorama avec l'ensemble folklorique de la Rivière-Rouge jusqu'au 9 août.
And another August Winnipeg tradition is underway. Folklorama kicked off over the long weekend. Tonight, our very own Tamara Frolansky helped with the entertainment for 2 shows at the Ukraine Kiev Pavilion. This year, there are 43 pavilions featured at the Multicultural Festival. It goes until August 16th.
Nation in Africa brought the rhythm for Folklorama visitors last night. Yeah, sights and sounds of South Sudanese and Sudan filled the Sudanese Community Center on Dagmar Street. The pavilion also offers Winnipeg's only taste of the South Sudan, including a signature dish of onion, beef, and tomato.
Come hungry and bring the whole family because there's just a lot, you know, like a tasty, typical South Sudanese cuisine.
As well as drumming, dancing, and of course food, the pavilion offers cultural, clothing, gifts, and art.
Well, there's no need to travel now this summer. That Folklorama has rolled into town, and for the next 2 weeks, Winnipeg will be taken over with a bunch of different ethnicities and cultures. Jane Meach joins me now from the Scandinavian Pavilion. Thank you for coming in, Jane.
And thank you so much for having us.
So if people were to go down to the Scandinavian Pavilion, what sort of things would they be able to see?
Oh, we have a fantastic show. We have fantastic cultural areas on the second floor. We have a Little Mermaid in which you can have your picture taken with the Little Mermaid. We have a Lego display and a children's play area. Many things going on.
Lots going on. We're going to get a taste of the dance later on, but first let's talk about your costumes because they're so amazing. So what period are you dressed in?
We date back again to 1900 in that era. So at a time when everyone was not as together as they are, so we have a multitude of costumes, and that's why you're looking at so many different types, because every little area would have its own costume. The big manor farms would have their own costume.
Okay.
Towns would have their own costume. So once again, only people that really know their costume know where these people are from when they wear that costume.
Well, and they match the period of the dance we're going to see. So can you tell us a bit about the dance?
It's a Rhinelander. It comes from Norway, and that's about what I can tell you.
Okay, so it's pretty energetic though, right?
It's very energetic, yes.
Is it a crowd pleaser?
It is, absolutely.
Okay, great. We'll take a sneak peek and get a quick look at the Scandinavian Pavilion. What can we expect this time?
Time to check in with our weather specialist, Colleen Brady. Day 2 of Folklorama for us anyway, as you continue your tour. Where are you tonight, Colleen?
Well, I was spoiled at the South Sudanese Pavilion last night. Tonight we move on to the Italian Pavilion, where I've already been told we'll be spoiled too, with some pasta on the way. We are out at the Kobodo Center. We'll be telling you more about the pavilion through the hour, and we'll have some entertainment getting underway, of course, with the 6:45 show. And I can tell you, Gord, huge lineup already out the door of folks waiting to get inside to enjoy this very popular pavilion. And a nice night to do it. A little cloudy right now, and yes, it's hot, even hotter still with that humid X. But we'll see cloud tonight. Very small chance we could see some showers overnight and early tomorrow morning. Should be a good night tomorrow night for the Bombers game. I'll tell you more about that. But let's take a look right now at the current. And just like I said, the Italian Pavilion, where we are live tonight, promised pasta. Not only did they deliver that, check this out, pizza, so much more. We'll tell you a lot more than just about the food coming up at the Italian Pavilion here at the Kobodo Center in the next few minutes. Taking a look right now at tonight's almanac, we got back.
Dobro došli. I am Marco, an adult ambassador for the Croatian Pavilion Zagreb. Come learn about the fascinating traditions of Croatia. You will be treated to a lively performance of songs and dances from various regions of Croatia and listen to the instruments that can only be heard at our pavilion. Also, make sure to choose our delicious dinner from any of our traditional meals.
Checking in with Colleen, and I guess supper is early tonight, Colleen, for you anyway.
Oh my goodness, Gord. Well, sorry you can't be here. I guess I'll have to eat the pasta and the pizza and everything else here at the Italian Pavilion. So much good food, so much great entertainment coming up for the 6:45 show and all throughout the night and throughout week 1 out here at the Kobodo Center. We'll be speaking with someone from the pavilion in just a few minutes to let you know about everything you can look forward to if you haven't been out already. The lineup, Gord, as I was mentioning earlier, was very long to get into the show. Don't let that deter you. It will be a fantastic evening ahead. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the current conditions, shall we? In the
Check back in with Colleen Brady, Folklorama in full swing, and you are in the heart of the Italian Pavilion, Colleen.
I am, and I have to tell you something first, Gord. I haven't had a chance to try the fantastic food here because cameraman Schneider has been eating all of it, but I'll give you a report back. It looks and smells terrific. Now, Dom DiCurzio is media chair with the Italian Pavilion. Tell us about I know there's a lot of great things to see. It's always a popular pavilion.
Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, this year we're showcasing the Piazza, which is like the epicenter of all the towns in Italy. It's always lively, music, people in the streets singing arm in arm, the young people in love, the old card players and so forth, and all the talent here, they're local talents doing all the performing and the show as well. They put the show together 3 weeks ago, so they're filled it pretty quickly. Yeah. And yeah, just a nice lively show with some good music and dancing and singing, all local performers and talents.
Right, now, and I was just speaking with someone who was just telling me, I think her niece is one of the young ladies who will be performing shortly. I believe she's 7, 8, or 9 years old, but sounds like she's 20.
Yes, she's a young 7-year-old, and you'll be awed by the sound of her voice, a very beautiful, very mature voice, and yeah, she's the first year doing it with our pavilion. I'm not sure if she's performed elsewhere, but she should by the sounds of it.
Yes. And all right, and of course there's always the delicious food that we've been bragging about already. Don, thanks very much.
No problem, enjoy.
All right, I shall, and you all will too if you come on down. Very popular pavilion tonight. Let's take a look at the satellite radar. Quite a bit of...
Bienvenido. I am Vanessa, an adult ambassador for the Andean Pavilion. Join us at our new pavilion and enjoy the unique dances, music, and food of the South American Andes. Try our Peruvian cuisine and enrich your knowledge of the region at our fascinating cultural display, showcasing the rich and diverse culture of the Andes.
Now we start with a spoiler alert tonight if you haven't yet watched last night's episode of The Amazing Race Canada. Onto Twitter last night, including this tweet: "Your elimination had my family in tears. Such a fun team to root for. We'll miss you." And this one: "That would have been painful to watch if not for Nicole's determination. One high note to leave on." Unfortunate timing too, since the final 7 teams now move on to Winnipeg for next Tuesday's episode right here on CTV. Well, it was a great night to catch a flick in the great outdoors, and hundreds of people did just that last night in Memorial Park.
The Goonies played on the big outdoor screen. Now, the movie kicked off the Downtown Biz's month-long event. Now, each Tuesday, you can catch a flick under the stars. Upcoming shows include Karate Kid and Back to the Future. And new this year, downtown movies on the weekend, too.
We've also started a drive-in movie theater right downtown. Every Saturday in August, we've got the downtown drive-in at the City Place lot, Hargrave and Graham Avenue.
Now, Movies on Memorial includes free popcorn. The Downtown Biz invites the public to choose the fourth and final movie screening by voting online at www.downtownwinnipegbiz.com. Now, your choices are The Princess Bride or Toy Story.
Sometimes when I think he's the biggest jerk in the world, and then he'll do something funny, and I'll laugh, and I'll think to myself, oh, that's why I married him.
112 Weddings asks the question, what happens after you say I do? Documentary filmmaker Doug Block has been shooting weddings on the side for 20 years, often emotionally bonding with the couples but never seeing them again. So Block decided to find out what happened to those marriages and track down some of his favorite couples to find out. 112 Weddings is on at Cinematheque on select dates from August 9th to the 16th. Well, move over, Mary Jane. There's a new lady in town. Sony, the studio behind the Spider-Man films, says it's working on a project for a female superhero in the Spider-Man universe. This comes on the heels of the revamped Wonder Woman, who will be in the Batman vs. Superman movie, and the introduction of a female Thor by Marvel Comics last month. The Sony film is expected in 2017. And your primetime lineup kicks off tonight with So You Think You Can Dance at 7. Motive is on at 9, and The Big Bang Theory wraps it all up at 10. Hot start to the day tomorrow, 21 degrees, cloudy skies, small chance of showers tomorrow morning. Winds are light. They'll stay that way into the mid-afternoon by the time we get to around 27 degrees. Mix of sun and cloud by that point. Then in the latter part of the day, heating all the way up to 29 with the humidex. It'll feel hotter than that. Small chance of showers with the risk of a thunderstorm. Winds picking up late tomorrow afternoon out of the south at 20 kilometers an hour. So not that bad, not bad at all if you're heading out to the Bombers game tomorrow at Investors Group Field. Then as we get into Friday, Gord, look at this. Nothing but the sunshine taking us right through the weekend. A hot high of 30 on Friday, 28 for Saturday. And if you want a little bit of a break from the heat, looks like you'll get it on Sunday. Still a nice day, getting up to about 24 degrees.
And it wouldn't be a stop in the Italian Pavilion without that music behind you there. Thanks a lot,
That's right.
Colleen. Good night. Thank you for joining us, and good night.
Saddle up and party on.
They have become more popular. When we started it, the first year we did one tour, and we had about 4 or 5. You know, in this past year, you know, this tour, I think we have 13 in total, 11 in total, and next week we have 14 in total. So it just keeps going up and up. And as I am a cyclist, I think that's the best way to do it. After eating a nice meal, what better way than to get on a bike and go out and enjoy the time, opposed to, you know, I know a lot of people go for walks after dinner. I am a cyclist. I go for a ride.
Welcome to Brazil. Food is very important. We have some staple dishes here, and that's something you would eat every day in Brazil. So this is your typical type of dish. So this is the feijoada here. It is a bean and pork type stew. There's a lot of African and native slaves, and they weren't given the best types of meat, so this is what they ended up making and putting it with rice, and now it's eaten all the time.
The energy is very contagious. You'll get very involved with everything, and it's an amazing experience.
I feel super energized, and I'm not doing half as much work as those Brazilians just finished doing, so I feel fine.
Now, this isn't just a one-stop tour. This group, they've been fed, they've been entertained, and now we're back on the road for some dessert and another show.
Witamy!
And welcome to the Warsaw Polish Pavilion. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Probably because you got like a couple of miles to go home and you need some energy. We have some great desserts in behind me here. Torts from chocolate tort, lemon torts, a lot of cheesecakes. One of the highlights of this pavilion is definitely the entertainment. All the young kids, they really enjoy coming to Folklorama. It's a highlight of their year, and they really look forward to when they'll be in the older group and continue that tradition with us.
And you know, on the fact that this is such a family pavilion, our ambassadors here, Jennifer and Daniel, are married, and you actually kind of met through the pavilion?
Yeah, we did. I was a dancer, and about 5 years ago, Daniel was a spectator, and he saw me dancing, and then we ended up married, so it's a really cute story.
Oh, they're so good.
Oh, I'll totally do it again. It was an excellent deal. Being able to not wait in line and then have them bring us food was awesome, so I'll be riding my bike again and probably bringing more people.
With heartwarming dishes and a community embrace, the Italian Pavilion hopes to transport you to one of the most romantic places on earth. You can feel the love at the Italian-Canadian League of Manitoba. The theme this year, Piazza, the town square where young lovers meet and communities come together. And the night doesn't end with the performances.
The nice thing about our place is that it's our center, so if you want to see a show, you can wait before and after and enjoy our outdoor patio, come to our market and our cafe and stay the whole night and enjoy yourself.
And there's also free pasta making lessons there.
Gold eyes. Let's check in with Karen Rosick. She's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning at the Chilean Pavilion. What's going on?
That's right. I'm here in Chile, and buenos dias, mis amigos. I'm going to be trying out a little bit of my elementary Spanish. We'll see how far I get. But yes, I'm here at this Chilean Pavilion at 271 de la Cathedral at the Notre Dame Recreation Center in St. Boniface. And we're going to learn all the things that happen, you know, here during the course of the evening for Folklorama. So, of course, we have our beautiful cultural displays. We're going to learn about the Chilean huesos. They're the cowboys of Chile. And different regions, of course, we have the central region of Chile. And over here, Easter Island is even represented. It's more the Polynesian side, but they have some of the artifacts. Best thing about Chile, though, well, two best things, the music and the food. So, of course, we're going to learn maybe some steps from traditional Chilean dance. As well, we're going to head over to the kitchen and learn how to make some of those famous empanadas. So I know my mouth is watering already, so you want to stick around for that. And also some cultural beverages. There's one that's called pisos, and it's apparently like a tequila. So, Chris, you want to stick around for that one?
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll indulge in that. Hope you make it to 9 o'clock. We'll check in with Karen shortly. Thanks a lot. That turned out well. Great job there in Perth, Australia. Coming up in 10, we're going to check in with Karen Rosick. She's talking about all things Chile. She's at the Chilean Pavilion. We'll see what they have to offer.
Breakfast Book.
It's 6:38. We're exploring Folklorama this morning. Karen, clear this up for me. I remember when we used to call this country Chile, then it became Chile. Which one is it?
It's Chile. I mean, you know, you have to say it with the accent, of course.
Oh, okay.
But
right.
I've got the experts here. I've got the experts. Chile.
Well, you are the expert, so I'll go with Chile from now on.
All right, well, I'm here at the Chilean Pavilion, and we're going to talk about all the things that you can do and see and experience here, and I've got Lucila Carrasco. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
I should say buenos dias.
Buenos dias, señorita.
And so what are we doing here at Chile? What kinds of things can you see, do, and experience?
Oh, you can do many things when you come to the Chilean Pavilion. You can taste the food and the drinks, Borgoña, pisco sour, and the empanadas, the best in the world.
The best in the world. That is pretty, you're setting the bar pretty high, but I have been here before, and I must say those empanadas are, I think, the best in the city. I know you sold out last night, didn't you?
We sold out many times. We had to start preparing more and more.
All right, well, we're going to get to empanada making in about an hour. So tell us a little bit about Chilean culture. This pavilion has been around for more than 30 years. So what kinds of things happen in Chile, or what kinds of things do you want people to experience here?
Oh, we want the people to experience like being in Chile in 45 minutes. And they wanted to see, the culture, the display, and they wanted to see, the musician, the music, and especially the children, the kids, the small children dance, and they like to see the food, the dishes that we made for the Folklorama. And also we come here to learn more about the culture, like share our experience and friendly manners. And
the culture is very warm. I mean, it's not just the weather. It is a very warm and inviting culture, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And we have musicians that not only from the Spanish culture, we have mixed Canadians, and we have dancers that they are not Chilean only, they are mixed. So it's very rich.
And the late night parties, always a treat. Oh boy.
That's Friday night at 11 o'clock. We're going to start dancing with the Descarga Latina. It's a group of Latin music, Latin dance, so you can dance away.
That's what I like to hear. All right, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. And we're going to have a little bit of dance a little bit later in the show. We're going to maybe learn a little bit of steps, and of course, empanadas. We're going to learn how to make them.
All right, dancing with Miss Carrasco. Get her a few pisco sours. We'll talk to you after 7 o'clock.
All right, we're checking with Karen now. You're at the Chilean Pavilion, and are we going to get some song and dance or just delicious food?
Oh, I think all of it's here. So yes, I am in Chile for the duration of the morning, the Chilean Pavilion. Yeah. I have behind me a traditional dance. I've been told it's called La Cueca, and it's sort of like a mating dance. And so we have two of the youth ambassadors, Leonardo Argel and Ariana Vasquez, who are performing it. Now, I've been told it sort of mimics what a rooster would do in the hen house. So he's trying to woo her. And so we're going to learn a little bit about the dance and also their traditional dress as well. And of course, you mentioned the food. What would the Chilean Pavilion be without the delicious, mouth-watering empanadas? So we have two of the kitchen staff here that are busily preparing them, so they're going to be hot and fresh for us. So we're going to learn all about that, plus everything that you can experience here in Chile.
So now we're taking our coupling tips from roosters. Is that what you're telling us? All right, whatever works. More from Karen in 17 minutes. Rosnick, she's at the Chilean Pavilion. We're going to check out some dancing. Apparently, they dance like roosters to attract the opposite sex. We'll also talk about empanadas and maybe throw in a pisco sour.
I hope you're going to be beautiful. Nice and summer-like.
Great day. We like that.
All right, Karen, you are at the Chilean Pavilion. When are you going to get your dancing shoes on?
They are firmly on.
Oh,
so, but I think we need a little bit of a tutorial before I step into the role of doing some traditional Chilean dancing. I agree. Yes. Okay. For the sake of our viewers everywhere, I'm sure they'll say muchas gracias. But yeah, to give us a little bit of an idea of some of the dancing culture here in Chile, I've got Milexa Morales. I hope I said that somewhat right.
No, you did perfect.
All right, and we have two of our youth ambassadors here, so why don't you introduce them?
So we have Leo Argel, one of our youth ambassadors here, and Ariana Vasquez, who's also one of our youth ambassadors. And I, of course, am the adult ambassador here.
Excellent. So first of all, tell us about your beautiful dresses. Now they're dressed up like the traditional, I guess, Chilean cowboys, right?
Chilean cowboy, the English version, or as we would like to call them, the Huaso and the Huasa. So, and we're all actually in our traditional wear. So what he's got on here are the traditional, the chaps and the spurs and the cowboy hat, as we like to call it, and the girl as well. She's also wearing spurs, and I am more of the countryside kind of girl who who's just more dressed down, more in floral, more bright colors, whereas they are more spiffy kind of looking.
So Milexa, you would be the country girl. So are they a little bit of higher status?
They're a little bit of a higher status. They're more of the city. They're more city folks, as where I'm the country folk. Yeah.
All right, and tell us a little bit about the dance. I explained it a little bit roughly to our viewers. It's sort of like a mating dance, but sort of describe describe what some of the moves are, what they're doing to try and...
Some of the moves are, well, like you explained it is kind of a mating dance where the gentleman goes around, kind of corrals the girl trying to get to her. It is the rooster hen chase, where at the end, of course, the girl wins. But yeah, then the men also, they show off a lot with their spurs of the jingling and the handkerchief movements and all that.
All right, Leonardo, Ariana, I'll let you guys get ready. Are you all ready to go? Okay, all right. So is there a name for this dance?
The name's La Cueca. It's our traditional dance.
La Cueca. Okay, we're going to step out of the way and you guys will show us how it's done, all right?
Well, come payday, you can get yourself your own bag there, Jesse. Right now it's 7:43. Let's check in with Karen. She's at the Chilean Pavilion. Last time you were dancing, so you worked up an appetite. Now you might get to make an empanada?
That's right. We have a few empanadas to choose from. I've been told that they go through about 1,000 empanadas a night here. That's crazy, but you know what? There's good reason, because I hear that they're the best empanadas in the city. And I've got Julio Rivas, who is the MC here at the Chilean Pavilion. Plus we have the kitchen chair, Ana Concha, and we have Fidelisa Calderon, who's another cook. And we're gonna walk through the empanadas. So first of all, tell us about, what kinds of empanadas there are.
There are 3 types of empanada that they are being sold, or they sell here at the pavilion. And as you could see them there, they have the cheese empanadas, and they have seafood empanada, or empanada de queso y empanada de mariscos. The seafood is marisco. And now we're going to see how they prepare, or how they made the traditional Chilean empanada, which is the meat empanada.
Empanada carne. How did I do?
Carne.
Carne. I rolled my R just for effect. Ana, tell us, you walk us through it. You start making them and let us know what we do.
I'm going to put 1 olive, and I'm going to put 3 this one, the raisins, and an egg.
Okay.
And I'm going to put this one a little bit around.
We put the egg wash over it.
Down. And
then we add our meat, of course. Okay, now you're going to show me how to roll this, how to fold it, okay? So, Julio, you're going to hold this microphone, and I'm going to get my hands. Okay, so what do I do, Ana?
Put it folded like that. Yes. And
like that. And like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Tight.
Uh-huh. That makes it stick nice and tight.
Yes.
And
Now
then
you fold it up like that.
One side.
One side, another, like
just
that.
like that. Okay. Now this one looks different than the other ones.
Yeah.
This looks more like an egg roll.
Yeah,
that's okay?
Yeah.
I did okay?
Just fine.
Oh, excellent. All right. So this is my first empanada carne. Muchas gracias. All right. Come down to the Chilean Pavilion and have yourself a bite.
Looks delicious.
Continue our Folklorama theme with Karen this week. She's at the Chile Pavilion. What can you tell us about Chile right now, Karen?
Well, as you saw, we were making some empanadas.
They look
Empanada carne. I know, but you got to wash them down with something, right?
Of course.
Yes, and so you mentioned the pisco sour. That's one of the traditional drinks. Exactly, so nice. So we have 2 of the folks that are involved with the pavilion. I've got Milexa Morales, and I've got Julio Rivas, who is the MC. They're going to walk us through some of the alcoholic beverages here. And you guys, you're the adult ambassador, right?
I am the adult ambassador, so I can be behind here and explain to you one of our traditional drinks, as Julio is going to explain the other one.
Okay.
So right here we have our traditional Borgoña, which is made with red wine, strawberry strawberries and sugar.
3 of my favorite things in the world.
And the best part is you get to taste the strawberries at the end, which has the best taste. So it goes down smooth, and it's a big hit here at our pavilion, and of course at every Chilean house.
Exactly, and you were telling me, Julio, that the empanadas carne are the best with the red wine, right?
Absolutely.
And you have a selection of red wines here, of course.
We do.
Yeah. So the other one is the pisco sour.
Yes.
What can you tell me about that drink?
Well, pisco sour, what can I tell you? I drink it. It's one of the favorite Chilean drinks, and it's like the Chilean empanada of the drinks in Chile. Pisco sour is the traditional Chilean drink.
What's in it?
Ooh, well, the secret is out. Pisco sour is made out of a special grape that's grown in the Valle of Elqui in Chile. You know, it's only grown in that region and is harvested only to make pisco. And pisco is very similar to same consistency of tequila, vodka. It's a clear consistency, and it's made out of, well, we have the pisco with ice and a little bit of white of an egg, and sugar and lemon.
Oh, my mouth is watering. Now, this is one that was pre-made. I was just giving it a little bit of a... You can smell the alcohol from here.
Oh, yes.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Now, you were also saying that pisco wasn't widely available about 30 years ago when a lot of people were coming. So you guys made it yourself?
Well, not quite. You know, in the, I don't know, mid-70s, when we were in the second year of Folklorama, I remember we tried to come up with the pisco, and we couldn't find pisco because Liquor Commission, they didn't know. It wasn't available in Winnipeg. So the closest thing that we have, it was tequila. So we were making pisco sour with
but
tequila.
this is real pisco, right? So this is for us. Yeah, so we're going to drink this one. You have that little one over there. Okay. All right, back to you guys. Yep. Bottoms up. Cheers.
All right, bottoms up. Thanks a lot. I can smell the alcohol from here. Let's get to that question of the day.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Drop by the Folklorama.
Yeah, that's right. Great times for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so we asked for a question of the day. What's your favorite pavilion to check out? Lots of great responses. Like you mentioned earlier, Chris, Scotland coming out as one of the favorites, it seems like. However, the Métis Pavilion, people also are liking that as well. So Cheryl saying Scotland has always been her favorite. Love the bagpipes, and there is a different band every night. There's more entertainment than just the main stage show, so you can spend an entire evening there.
Yeah, bagpipes are good for a while. Then it just sounds like somebody strangling a cat.
Yeah, so you got a limit on bagpipes. David also saying Scotland. Cheryl, India is one of her favorites, starting from her journey tonight, hitting the Nayong Filipino Pavilion for the first time ever. Ooh, that'll be good. Some good food there. So Karen's also the Chilean one. That didn't make it on our list, it seems like, so far, but it looks like she's having a ton of fun there. Lots
she
of
is
good
having
food,
a
lots
great
of good
time.
drinks.
Empanadas, pisco sours, and we'll check in with Karen once more in a couple of minutes.
Deborah's saying an old favorite is the Indian Pavilion at the Heather Curling Club. That's next week, though. So we went to Canadian Francis last night, and it was fabulous. Looking forward to going to the UK once again. I missed the Dutch Pavilion. I can't remember the last time they were in it. Oh, that would be a good one. Lots of orange happening there. Do you have a favorite, Chris?
Well, I've been to a few over the years. The Mexican Pavilion was great a couple of years ago. They had some great entertainment as well. I love Mexican food, so it was a great evening for me. Scottish one is good. Did some dancing there once, and tried haggis there for the first and only time.
Oh, wow. How was that?
Haggis-y, I guess. It was.
That's a diplomatic answer.
Actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought, because, you know, you got this big, like, oh, no, it's haggis. But it was decent.
It just seems daunting.
Yeah, but having said that, I haven't run back to have some more.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And if you haven't gone to Folklorama, get out there, because there's great pavilions to see, like the Chilean one. Now, last time we checked in with you, Julio was trying to get his hands on some pisco for that pisco sour. Was he satisfied?
Oh, it was amazing. I actually had a little bit of the sample of the Borgoña, and it had these drunken strawberries in it. I was told it's sort of a Chilean version of sangria.
Oh, tasty.
So now that I'm a little bit happy, I'm going to get my happy feet going and learn a little bit about the Chilean traditional dance, which is called la cueca. But first of all, I'm going to introduce our ambassadors here. I've got Milexa Morales.
Yes, hi.
It's funny how the Spanish just triples off the tongue now. Exactly. And I've got Carlos Ernesto Perez.
Hello, hi there.
Hi there. Hola. So we're first I want to talk about the dancing that goes on here in Chile, the Chilean Pavilion. So you've got 3 show times, right?
We do. We have 3 show times. We start at 6:15, 8:45, and 9:45. No, sorry, 6:45, 8:15, and 9:45. And then Friday and Saturday we have our late show, which is 11 o'clock, which is a live band. So you can all come down and get your groove on after that.
All right, well, I'm going to get warmed up before the Friday night dance party. So, Carlos, you're going to walk me through the traditional dance, which is called La Cueca. I'm going to give the microphone to you, and you're just going to, you know, hold it close. So what do I have here in my hand?
This pañuelo is the way the women, they have to go this way, okay? Yeah, like they have to wave, you have to do something fancy for the men.
Wave, like that?
Yeah.
Is that? Am I doing
That's
okay?
right.
All right, now what do we do for the moves?
So, yeah, now I want to walk you, okay?
Yeah, I walk here, okay?
Yes.
Whoops.
Okay. Begins a walk that way.
Okay.
And then the men talk to the lady to try to touch her.
Ah.
Okay, one more turn.
Okay.
Okay. This way.
This way? Okay.
One more.
Don't let go of me.
I leave you there, okay?
Okay.
So now she wants to introduce it.
Okay, what do I do here?
So now what we have to do here is we just look at the man and kind of look pretty and kind of flirt with him.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Now this is a mating dance, right?
It is a mating dance. So
I'm a hen.
Yes, you are. So you're flirting with him. You're wanting him to come and get you. So we're going to do a full circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do a circle and then a circle around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to face him. And then just go another circle. There you go.
Okay.
And then now this way. And we're going to do a little kick. And then we're going to do the half circle again.
Half circle.
And you're going to kick.
Oh, it's like a half moon.
Half moon, that's right. That's right. So now we're going to do a full circle. We're going to follow. And then you do a little thumb. That's it.
Okay. Muchas gracias. I think we're going to move over and watch our youth ambassadors really show how it's done. Thank you so much for entertaining me at Chile. I think I'm ready. Do you think I'm ready?
I think you're ready. And you know what? If you get one more Borgoña, you'd be awesome.
Come down to Chile. First show starts at 6:45.
Warming dishes and a community embrace. Folklorama's Italian Pavilion hopes to transport you to one of the most romantic places on earth. You can feel the love at the Komodo Center on Wilkes Avenue. The theme this year, the Piazza, the town square where young lovers meet and communities come together. And the night doesn't end with the performances.
The nice thing about our place is that it's our center, so if you want to see a show, you can wait before and after and enjoy our outdoor patio, come to our market and our cafe and stay the whole night and enjoy yourself.
Along with energetic song and dance, the pavilion also offers lessons on making pasta from scratch.
In with Colleen Brady now. Our first look at your Skywatch forecast. You're in green tonight, Colleen, and there is a reason for that.
Yes, I need to make an important clarification thanks to our sports director, Sean Churchill, who accused me of being a Rough Riders fan. I want to be very clear with everyone. No, I'm not. I am wearing green tonight, of course, because I am at the Ireland Irish Pavilion. And with names like Colleen and Brady, you can better be sure I have a bit of Irish in me, so I thought I'd better wear my Irish pride. As for the weather, let's chat about that, shall we? We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for parts of southwestern Manitoba. Into the southwest corner of the province, there's been a line of severe thunderstorms that have been tracking across your region over the course of the afternoon. At this point, we are looking just at watches, however, still fairly serious. These are impacting areas in the the RMs in the greater region of Melita and into Virgin and Souris. So beyond. And I'm live at the Ireland Irish Pavilion sporting my green. Let's take a look right now at tonight's almanac. Now again, severe thunderstorm watches remain in effect for the southwest corner of Manitoba. These include many RMs within the greater regions, including Melita, Boissevain, and into Turtle Mountain Park, and as well into the areas in the Virgin and Souris region. Be on the lookout for them. They should not last for much longer, but there is a band of severe thunderstorms that has been tracking across your area over the last several hours. I'll have your full forecast details on the beautiful night ahead for Winnipeg. If you're going to the Bombers game or no matter what else you should do, head outside. It'll be a beauty.
Not sure if it's appropriate, but top of the evening to you, Colleen.
Here's the thing. My Irish accent is terrible, so I
Ditto,
won't even
yeah.
attempt it. Yes, so, you know, a name like Colleen Brady, you should have a better Irish accent than I do, so I will not waste your time with that. Let me tell you, though, about the current conditions as we get started at the Ireland Irish Pavilion this evening. Out on Dubuque, by the way, we're in the gym at Holy Cross School, 290 Dubuque. Right now in Winnipeg, it is still a very hot 27 degrees, humid too, making it feel like 32 with the humidex, and still windy. Those winds will die down before too long, which is good news for the Bombers playing, of course, against the Riders out at Investors Group Field tonight at 7:30. The kickoff, 26 in Steinbach into Brandon. Clouds for now, it's 25. There's a pretty good chance that that band of thunderstorms that I've already been referring to will move across your region sometime this evening. Now, sunshine right now in Dauphin, it's 26 degrees. Cloudy skies right now into northern Manitoba, where it's 21 in Thompson, and a warm 26 in Churchill. That heat won't last for long, Churchill. I'll show you some temperatures coming up a little later. Let's take a look at the maps over the next couple of days. You can see right now that system right around the southwest corner of the province. It's been bringing thunderstorms. They've been severe at times. Still watches in effect for the southwest corner. Good chance you'll see those showers move into Brandon tonight. And across most of the north, good chance you'll see showers too. The best chance, though, will be into the northeastern part of the province. Now, overnight, skies clear out considerably into those areas impacted by the rain. A fairly clear night ahead for Winnipeg and the Red River Valley. Those winds will ease up. Now, taking us into tomorrow morning, much clearer pictures. You can see there sunny skies here in the Winnipeg region and another hot one. Sunny throughout most of the day, heating up, getting close to the 30-degree mark again. Those winds will be out of the south later on in the afternoon. Then as we get into Friday night, a clear night, a warm one. It'll be a beautiful way to kick off yet another gorgeous weekend in store. As we get into Saturday, sunshine here, but across the north, another system is developing that looks as though it will track across your part of the province for the first part of the weekend anyway. Now looking ahead to tonight, skies clearing this evening in Winnipeg, heading down to a warm overnight low of 18 degrees. Winds gusting now, they will ease up considerably to just light before too long. Waking up tomorrow morning in that sunshine and the heat, already 21 degrees. Winds are light, heating all the way up to 29 in the afternoon. It'll be early in the afternoon when those winds start to pick back up again out of the south at about 20 kilometers an hour. Taking us into the long range. And look at this, Gord, another fantastic weekend ahead. Another few days, too. Nothing but the sunshine, up to 30 for Saturday. Now, if you're not a fan of the extreme heat, I'm talking around 30 degrees, you'll get a reprieve on Sunday. Nice, comfortable 24 in the sunshine. We'll do it all over again on Monday, Gord. Then we start to heat back up into next week, getting all the way back up to a hot 29 degrees by Wednesday.
Very cool. Let's check back in with Colleen now at the Ireland Irish Pavilion out there on the Dubuque Street. So, have you tried the food yet?
I haven't, nor have I tried the Guinness or the Irish whiskey. Of course, I wouldn't try that now. Yes. No, but if you'd care to indulge in such things, you can find them both here at the Ireland Irish Pavilion. You can also find Jan Ivey, Pavilion Coordinator, and a few very popular guys, the stars of the pavilion, if you will, this year. Tell me a bit about the band here.
Well, we have a band called O'Hanlon's Horse Box. They are in from County Armagh, Ireland.
Wow.
We have 7 of them. 6 of the 7 have never been to Canada before, so we're trying to show them Canadian and Manitoban hospitality.
Of course.
Yes, and they have commented that we are a very friendly province, so that's always nice to know.
Yes. So they're very popular, but we were talking too that this Irish Pavilion doesn't necessarily focus specifically on the dancing, although it's a component, but there's lots of things that you can come see at this pavilion.
Yes, our pavilion is very traditional, so we focus on a lot of the other facets of culture. So unlike some of the other pavilions where you see a lot of dance, we have dance, but we also show the music, the song, storytelling, jokes. We have Irish jokes and things like that. So, and of course the glorious accents.
Yes, which I've already alluded to I am terrible at, but I'd like to think I'm sort of funny. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe my jokes are terrible. Anyway, Jan, thanks very much. Everyone come on out. The lineups are already long. It's a very popular pavilion, but don't let that stop you. Come on out. Thanks, Jan. Colleen. All right, well, let's take a look right now at the satellite radar. Still seeing a band of thunderstorms tracking across the southwest corner of the province. We still do have severe thunderstorm watches in effect for many RMs in the greater regions around Melita, Boissevain, Turtle Mountain Park, and around Verdun and Souris. Those should clear out before too long, but it looks like those showers will move through Brandon. But first, let's head up to northern Manitoba, into the northeast. Now, your temperature in Churchill going all the way down to 11 degrees. It is not going to move much into tomorrow. Now, throughout most of the region, a good chance you'll see some showers, possibly with a thunderstorm through Churchill, Gillam, and into Island Lake. Into Island Lake, mild again, 18 overnight. Now into Thompson, less likely you'll see some showers, but still a possibility before your skies clear out late tonight. 14 is your low. Moving into the northwest, this is where you're likely to see some fog start to develop overnight. But as for the evening ahead, Flin Flon and the Paul, cloudy skies, small chance you'll see some showers before your skies clear out. Norway House clear for you too, but again, fog overnight down to a warm low of 18 degrees. Now into the southwest part of the province we go. Varying amounts of cloud cover through Neepawa, Swan River, and Dauphin. Small chance of showers with the risk of a thunderstorm before your skies will clear. Brandon, again, very good chance you'll see some showers move through your region tonight. 16 is your low. Then again, anticipate some fog patches developing across the southwest for tonight. Now into our region, skies clearing for Winnipeg and most of the Red River Valley. Those gusting winds will ease considerably before too long. Now, good chance you'll see some showers into the southeast corner around Sprague and Pinawa. 15 near your overnight lows. I should mention here in Winnipeg, we're heading down to an overnight low of 18 degrees, 17. Two legendary musical performers bring their show to Winnipeg tomorrow night.
I would rather.
Rod Stewart is teaming up with Santana Friday night at MTS Center. The two musical trailblazers will bring their combined love of rock, soul, world rhythms, funk, jazz, and blues. The Winnipeg stop is part of their current 18th concert North American tour. The show gets underway at 7:30 tomorrow night. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster. Then get your cowboy boots out. The inaugural Prairie Jam is set to take over the Investors Group Field this weekend.
We think that it has a great opportunity to become an annual event here in Manitoba. We're expecting a crowd of about 10,000 people, so should be a great afternoon. The weather looks like it's going to cooperate.
And the Oscar-winning actor George Clooney, his lawyer and fiance Amal Al-Muddin registered their marriage license today at Chelsea Town Hall in London. The British Daily Mirror published a photo of the marriage certificate, which was on display with others in the office. It must remain there for 16 days before they are allowed to wed. While little is known about the details of the nuptials, the marriage certificate lists Italy as the location for the wedding. And after a few months on royal duty, and of course with his family, Prince William has taken a job as an air ambulance pilot. In September, the prince will start training for about 5 months. Now, if successful, he'll fly for an English charity group next spring. William is already a Royal Air Force search and rescue pilot, but he gave that up when his son, Prince George, was born. Your CTV Primetime lineup kicks off tonight with The Big Bang Theory at 7:30. It's 2.5 minutes. 8, catch an episode of Gang Related. Then at 9, it's 19-2. Hot tomorrow. Sunny and hot tomorrow. Waking up to 21 degrees, light winds. Sunshine throughout the day. Winds pick up out of the south tomorrow afternoon, heading to a hot high of 29 degrees. You can bet it'll feel even hotter with the Humidex. Then look at the weekend board. Sunshine and 30 degrees for Saturday. If you want a bit of a reprieve from the heat. 24 is the high for Sunday. Then we do that again on Monday, but Gord heating right back up into those upper 20s in the sunshine by next week.
Sean mentioned the folks there cheered just in time for your forecast. Thanks, Colleen. Well, a man known as an Olympic... Olympic legend is in Winnipeg tonight, and his journey here, well, it's a long one. That's pretty cool. That's Chen Guanming. He received a very warm welcome at the Forks today. Started riding his rickshaw 2001, cycling more than 90,000 kilometers in China for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. In 2012, he headed to London. Last year, he kicked off his cross-Canada tour in Halifax.
加拿大呢，给我是一种这个和睦。
Canada, in my mind, is a peaceful, harmonious friendship country.
Well, thank you. Guanming will be in Winnipeg for the next week. You may see him at Folklorama, maybe even the Assiniboine Park Zoo. His next stop, get this, there's a few, Vancouver, then it's on to the States, Mexico, and Brazil. again for the upcoming Olympics. Quite the following there.
Incredible.
People enjoy seeing him.
Guanlin. I am Yanisa and an adult ambassador for the Chinese Pavilion. Our intricate performances are not to be missed. Following each performance, you are invited into the beautiful outdoor gardens of Chinatown's landmark Dynasty building for a special lion dance. We can't wait for you to join us.
Sat Shri Akal, I'm Palkeet Kaur, an adult ambassador for the Punjab Pavilion. Come visit our pavilion and experience the unique culture, language, and food of the Punjab region of northern India. Taste traditional Punjabi food and visit our cultural display area to learn the Bhangra and Gidda dances.
We're coming up to 6:38. What better time than to check in with Karen Teeth Rosnick? Those are some great chompers you got going there, Jaws.
I can't really talk in the nose.
You never sounded better.
Yeah.
Never sounded better, actually.
Hey, I don't.
All right, spit it out, Karen.
I take a little bit of offense to that. Come on.
Oh.
But yes, I've got my Dracula teeth. Dracula, Romania, Transylvania, of course, very well known for that, well, historical and also kind of fictional character. And I've got Julian Jubega, who is the media coordinator here at the Romanian Pavilion. You've stolen my cape.
Bună dimineața, first of all. Welcome.
Welcome, yes.
We just borrowed it.
Now, this cape actually looks quite good on you. There is a Dracula connection, of course, to Romania, but that's not all it's known for. But first of all, let's sort of talk a little bit about Dracula. He was a historical character, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was a count, Count Vlad Țepeș, actually was one of the beloved counts of Romania in that time. And from that, it came the fiction of Count Dracula.
So there was an actual castle, though, he was imprisoned in.
Yes, it was, and actually the castle still exists, and it is one of the historical places that you can visit. And also, if you like to come to our pavilion, you can take a virtual trip to Dracula's castle.
Ah, yes, I see. There's a nice castle here. But there's a lot more to talk about besides Dracula, right? So there's a lot of different cultural aspects, one being the embroidery and the different kinds of costumes and outfits. What can you tell me about sort of the culture of Romania?
Romania, it's a diverse country in a way like Canada. Being bordered by so many countries, influence in culture and music and foods, they kind of tend to cross the borders. And every region of Romania is distinct, like I said, music, costumes, food, dances.
And there's 9 different regions.
Yes, they are. And like I said, we have Hungary on one side, and west part of Romania. We have Ukraine in the north part, Republic of Moldova in the east part, and then we have Serbia and Bulgaria.
Wow, so there's lots of different influences there. My family on my dad's side came from Poland and Ukraine, so there might be a little bit of Romanian in me.
You never know. Long time ago, Poland used to border Romania.
Well, there you go.
Used to be neighbors.
All right, well, I'm going to put my teeth back in and, try and maybe connect to some of my long-lost Romanian roots. So we'll have a little bit more from the Romanian Pavilion coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, finding out about your genealogy right on the show, Karen. Thanks a lot. More from you after 7 o'clock. Karen continues to explore Folklorama this week. You already talked about Dracula because you're in the Romanian Pavilion. What are you holding in your hand now?
Well, what they have set up here is taking a virtual tour of Romania. So behind me, of course, is Dracula's castle. You can use this backdrop, but then there's this green screen. And what they do is they superimpose landscapes. This is a mountainscape of Romania. So you can actually place yourself in these landscapes and get a picture. It costs only $5, and there's different options you can choose. You can get it on a CD and all that kind of stuff and share it with your friends. You can also just take some fun photos like I have. Of course, you've been seeing, oh, there it goes. There's our camera guy, Gary. He's getting his fright from me, and I'm trying to do my best to, pull my Dracula fangs on him. So yeah, there's lots to do here. But of course, the entertainment. And what I've been told is that there's a group of 3 different age groups that have been practicing since March. They practice 21 dances collectively. And every show when you come here to the Romanian Pavilion is different. And what they're doing for people for Saturday and Friday is bringing in a group from Regina that's a professional dance group, so you don't want to miss that. We'll hear a little bit more about the entertainment coming up a little bit later in the show.
$5, what a deal. Way cheaper than actually going to Romania. And it looks like you were just there, Karen. That's fantastic. Thanks a lot. More from her in 17 minutes. It's just about 7:27. Karen, when I think of Romania, I think of ancient things and an ancient culture, but they have brought in some modern things to their culture, such as the Yamaha PSX11 keyboard, which I just saw.
That's right. The Yamaha, as you see the Yamaha keyboard, you know, fixture at Dracula's castle back in the day.
He'd love to get on that thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, electric guitar. He liked to rock out, actually.
Yeah.
He seemed like that kind of guy. So.
When he wasn't busy doing other things, yeah.
We do have some modern instruments with us, and we're going to learn a little bit more about the traditional instruments, but yes, we're going to be talking about music, and we have got two musicians with us. We have James Kohler and Stephanie Rosbacher, and you're going to tell us a little bit about the style of Romanian music. Now, you were mentioning, James, that there's a bunch of different instruments that is, you know, indicative of Romanian culture when it comes to music, right?
Yes. In the Romanian culture, there's lots of instruments. There's the contrabass, there's the fiddles, there's kobza, which is kind of like a Romanian lute, almost like a guitar, like a string instrument. We got a accordion, saxophone, clarinets. That's kind of like the folk band of a traditional Romanian folk group. What we got here today is a guitar, which is used in Romanian music too, but it's more like a rhythm instrument, which I'm doing now. And Stephanie is going to be playing like the melody of a folk tune.
All right. And how long have you been playing, Stephanie?
I'm playing since elementary school, around when I was 10 years old.
And you were saying that you didn't exactly grow up listening to Romanian music, though, as a kid.
No, absolutely not.
So what got you guys interested in performing it?
I think it was from starting in Folklorama as a dancer. We just got used to the music that way and started to get into playing it.
And what do you like about Romanian music?
Well, you know, at first I didn't totally enjoy Romanian music. It's once I started getting involved in Folklorama, which is 6 years ago, the music just sort of grew on me because it's so lively, and I just love the melodies of the Romanian music. It's just beautiful stuff. And that's what I kind of like about it.
All right, we want to hear some, so take it away.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We got you, Jesse. More from Jesse in 9 minutes. Right now we're checking with Karen. Important part of every Folklorama pavilion is the food. What do they cook up in Romania?
We're going to find that out in about 20 minutes. We're actually here in the foyer where we're going to talk about a little bit about cultural displays. And I've got here Cristina Ionescu. Yes. Bine venit. Did I get that right?
Bine venit in our country. Welcome to our Romanian pavilion. It's a piece of Romania. It's a space taken out of a Romanian context and brought here at Bronx Cultural Center. We do have around us some typical items you might find in a Romanian household.
That's right. You've recreated a Romanian household, right? Is that where we are right now?
Exactly what was my intention, to have a quarter where people might come and wind down after a day at work, a place where they go to sleep, or a place where they usually go and have all the most treasured possessions put on display, starting with towering, most exquisite embroidered pillows, lots of carpets, and lots of housework, costumes,
worn by people that would be, this would be worn by people in Romania, in the countryside, or?
Absolutely. Not necessarily set richly decorated like all those objects on the wall, but most of the patterns are traditional and they are really part of the daily costumes.
And what do you have in your hand here?
Right now, I'm holding one of the most traditional pottery in Romania. It's coming from a region in the middle of Romania. It's called Horezu. Traditionally, it was a family who brought this old tradition to life. Horezan family, their offsprings probably are still doing this pottery. It's a very traditional pattern, and you recognize it in some of other objects we have here on the wall. Pattern differs, although the motif it's different, although the technique is the same.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful. And the embroidery is very distinctive of different regions. So implore people to come here. We have to go, but we implore people to come here. The first show starts at 6:45, and you don't want to miss it. Lots to learn here from Romania.
Great.
That's right. He averaged 6 tacos a minute. I averaged 2, but only for 1 minute. Eating, so important. Will anyone be scarfing things down in the Romanian pavilion like that today, Karen?
That's right. Well, no tacos on the menu here, but definitely if you come to Romania Pavilion here at Folklorama, you will not leave hungry. And the reason why is Irina Trefi, who is the culinary chairperson here, and you have prepared all of the food that people come and
help daily volunteers, and I would like to thank them coming and helping us, because very important to keep the Romanian tradition in going on for years and years and generation.
That's right. Volunteers very important to all the pavilions here at Folklorama.
Yes.
What do we have in front of us here?
In front of us we have schnitzel, since we are in middle of Europe and we are influenced by the neighbor countries. So schnitzel is a very popular dish from Germans, Austria. So we exchange.
And you have a thing called chicken Dracula. What makes it Dracula, or what's the Dracula influence?
It makes Dracula influence because we serve it with the garlic sauce, which it goes on the
You just pour that right on it. Now, Irina, forgive me if I'm wrong. Don't you use garlic to ward away Dracula?
Yes.
So he wouldn't be eating this chicken, would he?
No, he wouldn't. Yes. And also we have cabbage, varzakalita. Is a very traditional food in our country. Then also we come from a sausage country. Europe is only sausages and pork and meat and good life, So about our main dishes. And then
of course we have some desserts.
These are our famous
vampire ears. Is that it?
Vampire ears.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Vampire ears.
It's very important.
It looks like it's fried dough.
It's fried dough. It's a very rich pastry made with real whipped cream and butter.
And polenta is another staple.
Yes. Polenta is a very important. Corn is so popular in our country, and then like Oltenia, they use it even as a bread.
Well, there's so much to talk about, so much to dig into. We're going to have a little bit of a sample of this, but come back a little bit in about half an hour. We're going to go to the bar and talk about some of these Romanian drinks and cocktails.
Oh, you're going to pick it up. All right. Well, meat in tube form, you can't beat that. We'll see you wash it down with Karen. More from you in about a half. Let's check in with Karen. She's at Folklorama this morning. You're talking all things Romanian.
That's right. I think you're going to have to pay some money to bail me out of this pavilion because we've been having so much fun here. We just had a delicious meal prepared by Irina with the Dracula chicken or chicken Dracula with that garlic sauce. Amazing. Now we're washing it down with a bloody fang. And I've got Julian Jubega.
Yes.
Now, I've had about 5 of these. You told me that there's no alcohol in it, right?
No, it's for kids.
No, really, though.
No.
So what is in the bloody fang?
It's a mixture of plum brandy, wine, syrup, which could be raspberry or cherries, and 7-Up.
So you should sip it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know for next time. I'll put the bloody fang down. Of course, Romania is known for its wine. I've had some Romanian wine. It's delicious. You have a sample here of some of the wines that people can buy, purchase here at the bar, and you've labeled them. So why don't you go through some of the wines for us?
I do not know that. I don't think that too many people know that Romania is actually ranked number 9 in the world in winemaking. So we're happy to bring some of the Romanian kinds of wine to the pavilion.
And so you have some samples here, and you've labeled them. So is that to give people an idea of what
Yes, because you can eat the lineup. People like some dry or some sweet, and to make it easier for people at the bar, they say I would like the Cavalier or Pinot Noir or Murphy Clar. So at least customer know that what to expect.
Mm-hmm. And what can you tell me about Romanian wine and just the winemaking?
As you see right now, like it's Murphy Clar, which is a region in Dobruja by the Black Sea. It's well known for fertile soils, and in order to have good wine, you need good soil and the right temperature. And Murphy Clar region is #1 in Romania in making, and they have Dealu Mare and so many other regions that they make very good wine.
Excellent. Well, thank you for giving us a tour. So if you are in the area, this is 720 Henderson at the Bronx Community Center. The first show is at 6:45. And for today and tomorrow, there's a special treat because there's a group coming in from Regina that is going to be providing some Romanian dancing. And of course, to get your dancing shoes on, you'll want to sip on a bloody fang.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. And feel free to wear a cape down at the pavilion as well. Thanks a lot, Karen. Food and
Back in 1970, Folklorama was supposed to be a one-time event used to celebrate Manitoba's centennial. Now, fast forward 45 years later, it's an annual event, and it's world-class in size and scope. But in those 45 years, only 5 pavilions have been there every year. They include the German, the Greek, and the Ukraine Kiev pavilions. And the 2 we're going to have a look at right now.
Mabuhay! Welcome to the Philippines!
We have our large community. We have 65 to 70,000 Filipinos in Manitoba. Every year they want to the show that's different. They want to improve. And they know they're best, but they want to improve more. And the cultural director always visiting to the Philippines every year to get all the the original dance.
I find that when you come to this pavilion, you don't just come to a pavilion to watch dances and entertainment, but you kind of step into the Philippines with our temperature and just the whole feel, the hospitality of everyone.
Hi, welcome to the Scandinavian Pavilion.
Drilling platform in the North Sea. I was involved in the first few years anyway, but nobody had money, so they couldn't hire the people to sing or do something. I was free. I do. And I still help them peeling potatoes. I did it today too. And it's sort of, interesting to do something.
Before we start, some exciting things planned for all our guests on this.
Well, that's what I like. We have Folklorama. We can show the world that we can associate together more than one or two countries. And I think that is very important. The whole world will be better if people know how to share together.
So much fun.
Folklorama fun continues, and everyone who heads to the Ireland Irish Pavilion gets to experience an authentic Irish adventure. Visitors are greeted by fairies and leprechauns at the door. Inside, people have a chance to learn about cable knitting and Celtic knot working. A variety of Irish dancers and music keep guests entertained at the very traditional pavilion.
We do have dance as a part of our pavilion, but we try to focus on other aspects of the pavilion or the culture, such as the song, the storytelling, sports. We have a very large cultural display downstairs that shows all those other parts.
Also on hand, Irish soda bread and stew, and of course shepherd's pie. Now to water it all down, an Irish coffee, a cold Guinness, or a fine Irish whiskey.
Folklorama is celebrating by wrapping up week one of cultures from around the world and celebrating how distinct they are. The annual festival is also celebrating its 45th year. CBC's Lindsay Suji has more on that.
Well, Folklorama has come a long way since its debut in 1970. Back then, it was only a week long, but it's always relied on dedicated volunteers like the ones here at the Japanese Pavilion. If you're looking for Lena Takatsu during festival week, she's usually in the kitchen.
He's washing the rice. We always wash rice.
Takatsu has been volunteering with Folklorama for more than 40 years.
Once a year, all the community gets together and do the Folklorama, and I think they all like it, like appreciating doing volunteer work. Yeah.
Her cooking is famous within the Japanese-Canadian community, and she's brought some of that culinary magic to the Folklorama kitchen this year.
These ladies are making onigiri. It's a rice ball.
The Japanese Pavilion is just one of more than 40 at Folklorama this year. The festival has blossomed into a two-week event with over 400,000 visitors.
Every single one of the pavilions is managed and operated by volunteers. A large variety of them also have volunteer performers. So every time you're encountering someone in the pavilions, it's likely a volunteer.
Name, please.
Over 20,000 of them helping out this year, making memories and sometimes even love blossoms at Folklorama.
Someone getting proposed to on stage.
I think it's good for the people. They can come together and learn how to see the nature of each other and harmony and learn from each other.
For Lena Takatsu, passing on those traditions is a big part of why she keeps coming back year after year.
We like to keep our culture together, and I think the young people should know our Japanese culture. And I think that's what Folklorama means that way, yeah.
Week 2 features 24 pavilions. Celebrations get underway Sunday. Lindsay Tsuji, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, music.
Let's check in with Colleen Brady. Our first look at your forecast. That storm may have rolled past quickly, but you are tracking a system that's bringing watches and warnings to our part of the country.
Well, not to Winnipeg, not anticipating a repeat of what we went through this morning, but, you know, as she mentioned, they're pop-up. They can happen. When there is this much heat, humidity, and energy in the air, they can result in thunderstorms. Where we are seeing them right now is in the area right around Dauphin. We do have severe thunder. Oh, it's a tough gig I have tonight. Out at Folklorama's Brazilian Pavilion, already spoiled with the food. We have cheese buns, we have crab cakes, we have coconut cakes, Brazilian pork and curry. Oh my goodness. Well, we'll have to eat some and tell you about the weather, I suppose, in the meantime, taking a look at tonight's almanac. We do, though, still have some...
Colleen at the Brazilian Pavilion tonight. Brazilian Pavilion.
It rhymes, doesn't it?
It does a little, yeah. But it's about as hot out here as it is going to be in there tonight, I think.
It is already heating up considerably, and people are starting to pack in. Of course, the Brazilian Pavilion, one of the most popular at Folklorama, and a lot of that has to do with those fantastic Viva Capoeira dancers. We'll be speaking with the dancer in a few minutes about the show and about the dancing and the great pavilion. We already showed you some of the food. Just like a couple of nights ago, cameraman Schneider's already started to eat it before I've had a chance, but nonetheless, it is fantastic. So come on down. We're at the Heather Curling Club on Uville, 120 Uville. Now, taking a look at the current temperatures, we can
Check in with Colleen at the Brazilian Pavilion and more on what's happening there.
Listen, one of the things that makes the Brazilian Pavilion so popular is the Viva Capoeira dancers, and one of them is this lovely lady here. You can look at this beautiful costume. Parminder Obi, you join us now. Tell us about this fantastic dancing. Well, about to get started, too.
First off, we've been around now. I guess this will be coming up our 9th year now, performing in the Folklorama Brazilian Pavilion. We have an amazing group with capoeira, which is a Brazilian martial art that originated over 300, 400 years ago. And you'll also see some amazing music, some samba, some you might know from Carnival. That's some of these beautiful costumes. And I do have something, because we need to get into the festival spirit of Carnival, I think it'd be just appropriate for you.
I don't know if I can do this. Look at the, Oh, we can put this on.
Yeah, perfect.
What do you think, cameraman Schneider? Here we go.
I think
I should do weather wearing this every night, don't you think? Okay. Parminder, thank you very
Thank you so much.
All right, well, come on down and join us. I'll see how long this stays on my head. All right, let's take a look at the satellite radar. We'll come on down to downtown Winnipeg's first pop-up drive-in movie theater tomorrow night. Now, a group of old comic book characters are back to the big screen on a new adventure. Raphael Seth has a look at that and more in your box office preview.